The Last Castle is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Kino Lorber. It can be found as the slipcover edition, available at your online retailers. Now, I remember first catching the movie on cable, and while I enjoyed it, it wasn't a film that I truly appreciated until about 10 years afterwards. When I did revisit, I've come to embrace it much more, especially performances. Robert Redford is fantastic, as is James Gandolfini, and an early appearance from Mark Ruffalo rounds things out. While it's not perfect, I do feel as there was some editing choices made I don't agree with, but it's absolutely worth a watch. The Last Castle on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has an aspect ratio of 240:1 with native 4K resolution, and it supports both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. According to the specs provided by Kino Lorber, this transfer underwent a 4K restoration from the original camera negative. As far as source quality, it's exceptionally clean with no obvious dirt or blemishes. Film grain remains nicely intact with a light overall density. Bit rates are healthy throughout the runtime. The 4K resolution uptick does an excellent job enhancing details. While it looks like the film employs a bit of a softer look, close-ups still yield sharper, lifelike textures either in the military or prison garb, as well as facial features. Mid-level shots show improvements as well. The overall image clarity is excellent and certainly puts the old 1080p picture on notice. The film itself isn't an inherently colorful one, but that doesn't imply that Dolby Vision isn't going to provide an appreciable boost to the palette. There are a lot of earthy tones present, grays in both prison walls or prisoner outfits, and other less than exciting colors. Despite this, Dolby Vision still manages to refine the color space with a more than satisfying result. Whites show good stability throughout, and skin tones are naturally pleasing. Black levels are very well rendered with dark prison interiors appropriately shadowed. Night scenes are also firmly on point with no issues spotted. As for the persistent Dolby Vision brightness shift issue with some Panasonic and Sony players in regards to Kino discs, it's still there. I've talked about this at length in previous 4K reviews of various Kino Lorber titles, so if you're affected by this, it's best to either use a different player entirely or disable Dolby Vision in the player menu. When it outputs in HDR, there are no issues. The Last Castle on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports both a DTS 5.1 as well as a DTS 2.0 audio mix. For the DTS 5.1, it's generally pleasing, but not overly bombastic. The film is largely a prison drama, true, but there is a fair share of scenes, especially in the third act, that could have benefited from an audio upgrade. The existing 5.1 may be mid-tier in execution, but it does offer some effective engagement. Use of the surrounds are semi-regular with prisoner background chatter, score, or other light ambience. When the action does ramp up, some fun audio cues pipe in. When Yates takes control of the helicopter, for example, it does pan around the room, giving the viewer a good bit of immersion. For the bulk of the film's audio, it's planted firmly up front. Dialogue is prioritized through the center and is clear with its delivery. The fronts do fine with their respective output. The low end is a bit more subtle than what I would have liked, but it still pops in when needed. As chaotic as the third act is, the LFE doesn't move the needle too aggressively. For the 2.0, it's presented well with no issues or source-related anomalies. I sampled both quieter moments and the third act, and both occasions had good presence. Kino's offering of supplemental material is just recycled content from the existing Blu-ray. The same audio commentary can be found on the 4K disc, and the remaining extras on the accompanying Blu-ray. The HBO First Look, deleted scenes trailer, and more are all making a return. For the picture quality, I'm going to give The Last Castle on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A. Kino's 4K transfer is an easy recommend to upgrade from the old Blu-ray. Image clarity is notably improved, grain is nice and filmic, and Dolby Vision offers a fuller, bold look to the palette. This is worth a pickup for videophiles. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one a B. Not so exciting as the DTS 5.1. While it does an adequate job, an upgrade may have breathed new life here. It's a fine mix with a clean presentation, but it's nothing you haven't heard for owners of the existing Blue. For the extras, I'm going to score them a C. Move along, nothing to see here as old supplements are the only thing of note. For those that were hoping you'd get something new, it's not in the cards, unfortunately. So that is my review of The Last Castle on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comment section below. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But now I want to hear from you. If you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.